Don't do stupid stuff. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. You may not know this, but I do a live show 3 or 4 times a week. It's called the Immigration Answers Show. You can subscribe to the show on our YouTube channel or join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home, and you'll get alerted whenever we're about to go live. I go in there about 3 or 4 times a week answering immigrants' questions. And today's video comes from an immigrant who just came on the show. Now, some people are telling me they don't believe this story, but this is the story that he told to me. So he had recently arrived to the United States. He'd only been here for a few months, and he met one of his new friends in America at church. And this fellow told him, hey, I need to get a new driver's license, but I'm having a bit of a problem. There's a restraining order against me at the DMV. I am legally prohibited from going to the DMV. Now, this sounds suspicious because usually the DMV doesn't get restraining orders against people, but this guy being here just for a few short months and being this guy was his friend, said, how can I help you? He said, well, I'm going to give you all my identity documents and I want you to go into the DMV and get a driver's license as me. So in other words, it'll have all my information on it, but it'll just be your picture on the driver's license. Now, I don't really know the real reason why this guy did this, but I suspect it wasn't because the DMV had a restraining order against him. But in any event, our newly arrived immigrant takes his friend's identity documents, goes to the DMV, and gets a driver's license for his friend. And then fast forward a year or two later, and the friend has decided to drive him and the immigrant out of state, and they go on a trip. And while they're there, they get pulled over for speeding. So the buddy, who is the one who has the driver's license, is driving, and our friend, the immigrant, is in the front seat, sitting next to him. And so the officer pulls him over, and he asks to see the driver's license. Well, he looks at the driver's license, and it has the driver's name on it, but it has the passenger's picture on it. So the officer figures everything out, and everything gets unraveled, and the friend and the immigrant both get charged with identity theft and get prosecuted for that. And now our immigrant has decided to apply for a green card, and lo and behold, USCIS denied his green card. So I'm telling you this story to put a little fear in you, to make you sort of pause, to ask yourself, do these things that someone's telling me make sense? How did I get in this situation? Or more importantly, how do I get out of this situation? A lot of people take advantage of immigrants. Notarios take advantage of immigrants. Loan sharks take advantage of immigrants. Lawyers take advantage of immigrants. Many, many people take advantage of immigrants. And so here's a sad situation where it's probably going to keep this guy from getting his green card, or at least make it much, much harder for him to get lawful permanent resident status. He was just trying to help his friend. He didn't know that there was something untoward or unfair or unwarranted going on here. He just thought that this is the way things sort of worked in America. And so that's what he decided to do. And that's unfortunately going to keep him from getting a green card. So if people are promising you the world, or if they're selling you a bill of goods, or if they're trying to convince you to do something and you're an immigrant, you need to hold them to a higher standard. You need to be more suspicious. You need to push back. You need to remember that you only have one immigration record, and that if it gets screwed up, if it gets blemished, if it gets marked, it's going to make it hard for you to get a green card or later for citizenship. And so you really need to think things through. And I'm going to give you a piece of advice that my wife says all the time. When in doubt, say no. If you have any doubts, or if your gut is screaming at you, your alarm bells are going off in the back of your head, follow your gut. Listen to those alarm bells. Don't do stupid stuff. And I just want the best for you. I want you to be able to get your green card on time. I want you to become a U.S. citizen. I want you to become a fully legal member of society here in the United States. And I don't want you to do anything that's going to prevent that or keep you from being able to do that. So pay attention when I tell these stories. I don't say them to scare you. I do them to educate you so that you make good decisions as you walk around the world and as you live your life here in the United States. If you have any questions about that, or if you're thinking about hiring us to help you with your green card or with your citizenship, your asylum case, or your overseas visa case, feel free to give us a call, 314-961-8200. Email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to have the chance to work with you. If you're just looking for free information, You can join us in our Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. It's a group with thousands of immigrants in there talking about the process, talking about service centers, talking about processing times, talking about what's happening at the embassies. Lots of good stuff in there. We also have our YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, and whenever we make a new video like this one, you'll get alerted to that right away. Or you can also join us on our Immigration Answer Show, which is a show where I go live 3 or 4 times a week. That's just me answering questions for free for immigrants about all things related to U.S. immigration. Finally, my daughter Nora and I have a lot of fun on our TikTok channel. You can find us at Immigration Hacking, and that's me trying to teach little lessons about the immigration process on the TikTok. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.